Christian Wordy said, explain how you are owed an op, please. That would be a joke about how, you know, all the fucking stupid gay ops that were happening. Everybody used the term gay ops in June for everything. Feel free to look at any stream. The term gay ops is used about 30,000 times.
Pulling a gay op.
They got so wrapped in the ops. This was their first gay op.
One gay op.
Donga has been working with Kraut on an op to destroy me because he's a fucking faggot who can't handle internet bans.
We can do one gay op, and it would be this. I think we're owed a gay op. One gay op.
On the 16th of October 2018, Kino Casino's Andy Warski was accused of having sexually charged conversations with a minor on Snapchat. But due to the mishandling of the information being exposed, and people's lack of trust in those handling the information, Andy Warski was able to convince the vast majority that this was all an op by a YouTuber called Tonkasaur.
Donga has been working with Kraut on an op to destroy me because he's a fucking faggot who can't handle internet bans.
What's weird about this claim from Andy is that he definitely knows that's not what Tonka's op was about, as he explained himself back in 2018.
So basically what they're doing is they're coaching him or planning a show where they're going to have Kraut come on and make him look good no matter what.
So Tonka's infamous one gay op with Kraut and T was to make Kraut look good on the show no matter what. And that's it.
If you ever just showed up and were like in the chat and I said, I would talk shit to you, and then you come on and I would keep being mean to you, and then you just say, look at this and look at this. They call everything I do a fucking work. I'll show them a fucking work.
On top of this, the day before the Snapchat conversations were made public, Tonkasaur was only just finding out about their existence via DMs with El Rariachi.
I was more than happy to call Tonka a piece of shit hours ago. And now I see that this El Rarichera, whatever the fuck his name is, thinks that this is his ticket.
So, how was this some master plan created by Tonkasaur? If Tonkasaur was only made aware of the Snapchat conversations on the 15th of October, the day before they were released.
The whole, one gay op shit, it's obviously a fucking joke in retrospect.
A joke that Andy Warski turned into his ticket out of getting caught talking to a minor on Snapchat. And the same day these allegations came out, Andy Warski did a stream to respond.
I wake up this morning, my Instagram and Snapchat have been flagged down for inappropriate content.
In his response, Andy Warski claimed that both his Instagram and Snapchat had been flagged down due to inappropriate content, and to prove this, Andy Warski turned his camera on to show how his Instagram account had been taken down. What Andy Warski didn't do was show his Snapchat app to prove that his Snapchat account had been taken down, even though that was the only account people wanted to see considering the allegations against him. Now I want everyone to be aware that Andy Warski knows that the girl involved was 15 years old.
Found her through Twitter and through an old YouTube account. We found out who she really was and we got her real age, and she's 15.
That's Andy listening to Zoom doing a stream calling the police on those that exposed Andy, but that stream was embarrassing.
Okay, so I'm kind of having a hard time following what you're trying to tell me.
There's archived tweets. There's archived Twitter history of them talking, of her tweeting at him. It's very obvious.
But nothing sexual. But nothing.
Nothing openly sexual. It's implied, okay.
Right.
And Zoom had done another stream to explain who this 15-year-old was.
Well, it turns out that she is actually a 15-year-old girl named Tanya. She is in middle school, I believe, or she just finished middle school in Houston, Texas.
And now knowing that she was 15 years old, I want you to ask the question. If you were fabricating some screenshots against Andy Warski with the sole intent of smearing him as a PDF file, why would you make the screenshot say she claimed she was 17 years old when she's actually 15 years old?
Even if it were real, which it's not, you have the age 17 in there that she said, and legal age here is 16, which was 14 like 5 years ago, which is pretty fucking weird. But anyway, and 17 in like the place that you had that person as in Texas. So that wouldn't even fucking matter.
And that qualified by Andy Warski is exactly why the screenshots are real. If they were fake, they'd say 15. It's because Andy was speaking to an actual 15-year-old that didn't want to scare him away with a rage that she claimed she was 17 to keep him around.
That it was freaking Andy Warski. I've looked up to him for a while.
Andy Warski has also received explicit images and videos from that 15-year-old.
that were pictures exchanged.
Yes.
Were these explicit pictures?
Yes, they were.
Any explicit video?
There's explicit videos too, yes.
And to read the messages, it shows Andy Warski knew she was in school, even going as far as to fantasize about volunteering at her school and having sex with her in a broom closet.
Imagine jerking off to fucking underage porn.
Now, at the time, Andy Warski went with a cunning plan to claim all the messages were faked as part of a Tonka Saw gay op against not only Andy Warski, but also Ethan Ralph and Mr. Medica.
Tonka has been working with Kraut for just over a month. And Kraut has been hiding for a while. So Kraut and Tonka, the two people I destroyed, have been working together. And apparently there's some more people working together for about a month and a half or two to destroy you and Medicare. But since my channel blew up, they decided to try and destroy me first to gain my viewers for the Kumite to build up to catch you.
And with that, Andy Warski had spun his own narrative to align himself with two allies who could help spread the news that he was a victim of a gay op by Tonka Saw.
One gay up.
And 9 days after Andy Warski had successfully made the majority believe him, he then said he was ready to fight Tonka Saw, and fight fever took over.
I will go to the States. I will go to the ring you want me to go to. I will go see the doctor that has to check me to see if I'm in fighting condition. I will do all your... I agree. Mid-January, I agree to everything that you have said.
Now, as we all know, Tonka Saw didn't turn up to the fight on January 20th, 2019, and this Andy Warski win, combined with Mr. Medica dropping his Internet Tough Guy video on the same day, convinced the vast majority of the audience that Andy had been right all along, and the Snapchat conversations were fake.
Pulling a gay op. The images were faked. The video was faked. The girl involved is not underage.
But here's the issue. Mr. Medica was wrong, and the Snapchat conversations were real.
It would later come out that the screenshots and the people involved with this particular Snapchat conversation were pulling a gay op. The images were faked. The video was faked. The girl involved is not underage.
Well, it turns out that she is actually a 15-year-old girl named Tanya. She is in middle school, I believe, or she just finished middle school in Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. We found her through Twitter and through an old YouTube account. We found out who she really was, and we got her real age, and she's 15.
So Mr. Medica clearly was wrong by claiming that the screenshots were fake, and the girl wasn't underage. But Andy Warski knows she's underage.
Who she really was, and we got her real age, and she's 15.
So why is it that even to this day, Andy Warski uses that video as his go-to to explain to people why he's innocent when he knows it contains false information? Here he is sending it privately to Darkside Phil less than 6 months ago.
But all of a sudden, Andy starts hurriedly sending me all this stuff about this. See? Your detractors in RTU are trying to say I'm a pedo and snorts through video. Here's the deal. I'm at the end of RTU accusing me he watches the video and exposes it was all bullshit. Everyone's trying to sweep that. Mr. Medica made an entire video explaining it's all... Like, why would I care about this? He's hurriedly setting me to this like it's important, and I'm like, I don't care. But he's so terrified. You know what I'm saying? That this is going to actually, like, resurface?
Mr. Medica's video dropped on January 20th, and just over a month later, I had Ethan Ralph on my show, where he crashed out talking to Dispatch, which led to Ethan Ralph's infamous hollering moment.
Fuck yourself, you piece of shit, motherfucker! No, it's not true, piece of shit! And if I had to guess, it was probably you that fucking doxed him, motherfucking lying, cock-sucking motherfucker! You wanna holler over me every fucking second? I can just scream over you too, you piece of shit, motherfucker! Keep fucking running your mouth! I'll just keep hollering, you motherfucking piece of shit! Eat a fucking cock! Go kill yourself, you fucking piece of motherfucking shit! I fucking goddamn! Oh, we can just holler over each other all fucking day!
Now, after Ethan Ralph left my show, he jumped on the now infamous Andy Warski PDF stream.
Fucking Dispatch was talking smack about you, and if you want to just...
Oh, yeah.
Just because
Yeah, he's a liar. I had a discussion with him on CogStream earlier.
This PDF stream later had an article written about it entitled Alt-Right YouTuber Shared Vile Sexual Images of Underage Girls, but during this stream, Andy Warski claims he was attempting to expose an Instagram PDF ring.
We're in the middle of busting of a pedo ring.
But the reality is much darker as he spends the entire stream trying to show the images of the minors instead of focusing on the PDS that should be getting arrested.
Hang on, I'm gonna, Ralph?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm gonna open up my screen share for you.
Okay.
And so I'm not gonna show the audience yet, so you can tell me if these are, do you think this would be allowed to be shown?
Let me see, let me look. I don't know. It looks, I don't know.
Furthermore, I find it weird that Andy Warski, who was banned from Instagram for inappropriate content,
I wake up this morning, my Instagram and Snapchat have been flagged down for inappropriate content.
did a stream that looked more like a tip-off stream to get PDS to delete everything.
No, they deleted everything. Okay, it's okay. We have all. Yo, these guys are going.
To then sit and discuss what images of the minors he could display on screen.
Okay, I'm not gonna show that. I mean, they tried censoring it, but Ralph, do you see what I'm...
Yeah.
That's not gonna be fucking, yeah.
I wouldn't do that one. That could be a mole for all we know.
No. I'm sorry?
That could be a mole.
Yeah, it's not like an actual block on the nipple there. I could show this, or it's so hard to tell if you're allowed to show these. Now this person, she is 15. Now, I can show this, or should I block this picture right here?
I'd block it if it's underage.
And then to do editing to make it so he could show the images of minors on his stream.
So here's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna. Is there a way to crop? Here, I know what I'll do. I'll take my snipping tool and just snip out this.
The whole thing just seems a little bit suspicious, especially considering Andy Warski has done nothing but brag online about how he totally took down the Instagram PDF ring, when in actual fact, not one single arrest was made.
The intention was, we are stopping pedophiles.
Yes, that was your intention.
Like, do you think that what I just did was to help? No, it was fuck them. And we did fuck them. We ruined them. They had to close down all those accounts.
Did any of them get arrested though?
No, so that's the crazy thing. Fine.
Yes, because
but still, I don't give a fuck.
That was Andy Warski speaking to the other host of Kino Casino, Ashton Parks, who had heard about the PDF stream and was saying Andy Warski should be arrested.
Andy Warski, he should be arrested for possession of child pornography.
Ashton Parks, aka PPP, who was known at the time for spreading his ass on stream, and who had also spread his ass in front of women and infant children at a Black Lives Matter rally.
And they're trying to film me, so I just showed my asshole to them right then and there. I just pulled down my pants.
Now you display it twice, do you not?
Yeah, well, because initially when I'm walking away from them kneeling and going, bah, and they're like, no, you need to stay around and see what happens. They're like trying to threaten me. Stay around and see what happens. So then I just pull down my pants and just show them my ass. Like the whole crowd. There's more than I thought.
How many of them are locals though?
Not as many as you'd think.
Well, I wouldn't think very many, but
yeah, none of them.
Murdered for $20.
It's Toad McKino. Toad McJudas. This is fucked. This is gonna be a clusterfuck, buddy. You sure that's smart?
Just waiting to see my daughter.
I think it's smart to bring your 8-year-old boy out. You see this? That guy there thinks he's a hero.
Maybe he watches the show. You know, you think he knows who Surfer is?
How goes it there, buddy? You like what you see, pal? You like what you see, pal? You like what you see? Come do something. You'll do nothing, you punk. You'll do nothing, punk. Punks.
It was you and Surfer.
Yeah.
Showing bodily parts.
Do you notice like children like marching along here, like a little kid on his bicycle with
Now, do you think that's irresponsibility on behalf of the parents to allow them to be exposed to this, or
is that a rhetorical question? You know, like does it need answering? Like people should know that that's endangering to these children. You know, apparently some children were as young as 2 years old, you know, being drug around in like carts, you know, and there's like, I have footage of this stuff, you know, it's just crazy.
And so both Andy Warski and PPP decided to co-host their own show together called Kino Casino, which, wouldn't you know it, already has trouble with PDF files in their audience, trying to solicit sex with 12-year-olds.
I mean, you seem like you're willing to be honest with me. Okay, so...
message to minor.
Okay.
I understand it was wrong.
Okay.
And I just don't want to go to jail.
How old is Julie? You remember that? Or? Well, actually, you're honest. Yeah, you 12. 12, yeah, okay.
You ever watch Kino Casino?
No.
I mean, pull up the Kino Casino.
And even their top donator, Medicare Masochist.
Medicare Masochist with $100. Medicare Masochist for $100. Medicare Masochist for $20. Medicare Masochist for $1,000.
Was eventually outed as being another PDF file lurking in the Kino Casino audience.
Medicare Masochist, who was present in Las Vegas, paid $24,000 for the suite. That's real, okay? But he turned out to be a sussy fucking freak. I said, good job, you dirty fucking pedophile. I hope you legitimately die.
Then there was the pedo arc where apparently it was leaked that these guys had gone on a vacation to Vegas. And in that vacation to Vegas, the person who had financed the entire vacation was one of their followers. And he was a pedophile. And he had been outed. So now it's like, dude, you just like took $100,000 from a pedophile to go to Vegas or whatever.
What's crazier is Kino Casino have a defender of theirs called Gabe Hoffman. Now, Gabe Hoffman runs an account called An Open Secret with Matt Valentinus, which supposedly exposes PDS in Hollywood, and that account even made a post about Andy Warski's PDS stream. This post was made on March 12, 2019, and I reminded Gabe that An Open Secret made this post on February 23, 2023. That's when Gabe Hoffman deleted the post and made a ton of excuses about how he hadn't written the post, how he wasn't even aware the post existed, and that it was written by the other author for An Open Secret, Matt Valentinus. But Gabe Hoffman is a liar and forgets that not only did he like the post, but he even argued with another account called Pew through reposts, arguing what Andy Warski had done doesn't combat PDF rings, how Andy had shown more people where to get CP from, and eventually he took credit for the post on his personal Gabe Hoffman account, stating, "Hey dummy, there's nothing false in the tweets I wrote," while also claiming Bew was another Andy Warski sock account. But hey, Gabe Hoffman wants to see Andy Warski dressed in Princess Leia's bikini, so you can probably imagine the level of degeneracy their friendship involves.
I had the best fucking idea for you two for Kinoween. You would break the internet.
Okay.
And I hope you do it. I hope you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is go back to Star Wars with PPP, Jabba the Hutt, and Warski as Leia with the bikini and the hair rings.
Trends in every costume.
Why does Andy always has to be a woman now?
You know what? I won't lie. I get it.
And that explains where the Kino Casino came from and the types of people who support them. But it doesn't really matter what I say, because regardless of the evidence shown, there will be people that are still going to ignore the actual reality to substitute it with their own. Catch you later.
So the names are different because the screenshots were taken at different times. And so by the time like it was just Andy, that was when I was still friends on Snapchat with him. And then he unfriended me. So it just turned into his username.
Wow.